12 megabytes of RAM. You had a box and you didn't even have a flat screen. You had one of those big monitors, which if you put your dinner in front of would cook as you were working. Spyware, malware, viruses, Trojan horses. Remember all these things that we don't hear? Remember Trojan horses? We don't hear that much about them as much anymore, but it was a huge problem. The beginning of phishing scams, all of these things dramatically changed and became part of that when we designed Vista to prevent against that, and also now with Windows 7. But we don't work the same. Many of us work now remotely. We work from a cafe. We work from our home. We have buses at Microsoft called the connectors that you can take, and there's wireless in the bus. So people will go to the bus stop, they will get their Microsoft bus, and they start working on their email on the bus coming in, which for the US is very progressive. We work from our cell phones. I have a Windows mobile phone. I love my Windows mobile phone because I've got my appointments and I'm writing my emails and I'm Twittering and doing all my work. I have my netbook. People work from branch offices. They work from the field. They work from home. They work from remotely. It's not the way it was 10 years ago when everybody came into an office and sat down at a single desktop, which makes it far more challenging for you guys. I had a guy at MMS who said, how do you manage your remote workers? He says, I got about 100 computers out there that I never see. I know because they email me every once in a while, but I've never seen them, and they haven't been on the network in months, some of them years. So it's changed. We don't have control the way that we used to. IT professionals, secure and flexible infrastructure so people can work anywhere. And we want to reduce cost. We want to be able to, the force itself wants to be able to work anywhere. And what do they want? Fast. I want it to come out of sleep fast. I want to get on the internet fast. I want to access my email fast. Fast, fast, fast. We want improved manageability of these remote users. We want IT simplification, make it easier to support these. We want consistent security for everyone, not one set for these people in this building and one set for laptops and one set for home users. It hurts your head. Seamless, secure access to our corporate resources. How many of you manage a SharePoint site now? Raise your hands. The rest of you that aren't will be. Lots of companies now implementing SharePoint, and SharePoint can get like a big junk drawer. Everybody have a drawer at the house where they just put things in? And then that's the drawer when you go to look for something, it's usually in there, where you have knives and shoe polish in the same drawer. That's SharePoint. It takes a lot of work to get it organized and to manage it, but people are going, I need access to SharePoint. I want to get the files. I want to upload. Consistent, and we need to combine it with other features in Windows 7 to give that end-to-end experience. So the first feature that we take a look at is direct access. And Ken will talk about direct access, but let me tell you what I love about direct access. And very simply, direct access is an always-on, ready-to-go VPN connection that requires no clicking of software, no additional dialing, nothing that you need to get into your resources. I came here this morning, I logged in with my smart card, because I need that to get onto my computer, and I clicked the browser, and I'm connected to our corporate resources. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's not very exciting. I could show it to you, but I go, look, there's a web page, and then you'd clap, and that's the end of the demo. That's what's great. Works seamlessly from anywhere. A great example, and here's from an IT standpoint what's important about direct access, is it doesn't matter if a laptop is sitting here in Amsterdam or if it's sitting in Copenhagen or sitting in Seattle, it's as if it's 50 feet away from you. I was home a few weeks ago watching a movie and my laptop was asleep. My laptop woke up. About 10 minutes, whirled around and then went right back to sleep. The administrator had pushed out a new GPO policy and had done an update and replaced our antivirus software with Forefront. He pushed that policy out to every computer. It didn't matter that I was not a computer in the office or I was connected to the office through direct access. He saw me as the same computer as if it were 50 feet away from the server room. That's what makes a difference. We've added a feature called VPN Reconnect. How many of you use VPNs or manage VPNs? What happens when the VPN server goes down? Your users start calling you. I can't connect to the VPN. All right, go to the drop-down box and pick this server and type in this and try this. Wouldn't it be great if the end user, when they go to connect to a VPN server and it's not there, the software automatically figured out what other VPN servers were available, automatically figured out which one was fastest, reconfigured the VPN client, and automatically connected to that VPN? Would that make your life easier? Yes? It's there in Windows 7. VPN reconnect that automatically, or if it finds the connection is starting to fail, will automatically click over to the next VPN server. Again, I don't care how it works, I just want it to work. Less help desk calls allows you to be less reactive and more proactive, to be able to plan and make it easier rather than how do I put out this fire today. Mobile broadband, I was talking about this earlier. I could take any one of your cell phones, if it has Windows Mobile, 6.1, 6.5, 6.0, plug it in, hit connect, and I'm on the internet. I don't even need a connection because the drivers are built in. Same with wireless cards. I can put in one of your wireless cards, plug it in, I'm ready to go. Those drivers are built right in. It's ready to do that. Again, giving you access anywhere when you want it. Branch Office and Branch Cache, something else Ken will be talking about, but we've made it easier to manage large files across branch offices where bandwidth is expensive, making it easier for end users to so only the first user has to download that 3 meg file. No one else does, and Ken will go into that from a server end on how that works. So, simple things that we've done. But let's dig in a little bit further on how we can make our users a little bit more self-reliant. We took the Windows Vista platform. We took your advice on UAC, because most of you said, I hate UAC and I just turn it off. Okay? Except my grandma. My grandma loves it, but it goes off 300 times. And she doesn't know what to do, and she calls me every time. All right? So I'm trying to make your life easier and your Nana's life easier at the same time. Enhanced auditing. We've increased network security. We've added new features in network access protection. We've added direct access. App Locker, which I'll show you a demo on. We've added Internet Explorer 8, which has phishing features and has in-private browsing. Data recovery, RMS, EFS. We've done some nice new things to BitLocker, and we've added BitLocker to Go to again increase that security. To dig in deep, we've done things like the security development lifecycle process. We've added kernel patch protection, Windows servicing hardening, DEP, ASLR. We've done mandatory integrity controls that are part of IE8. Administrators only use full privilege now for administrative tasks, not for everyday tasks. File and registry virtualization that helps applications that are not UAC compliant to work well within UAC and not set off that alarm every 30 seconds. Granular audit capabilities, details of collection of audit results, which I'll show you some of the auditing that's built in. So UAC, you now know we have 4 different levels of control that you can set. We have one that pretty much turns it off and one that's back where it was at before. What we've done is added 2 intermediary steps that say, you know what, I'm a smart person. If this thing goes off, I actually want to pay attention and know it. I want it to pop up with a message saying, you realize you're installing some software that will change the operating system. You maybe want to make a backup or recovery point. Are you aware that you're doing this? And when it goes off, I'm doing something relatively major to my OS, and it's a good thing to see. Or one that says, I'm not going to blacken the screen, but you know what? I'm going to put a little message up for you, and I will audit that something new was installed. So if this was a user and they weren't paying attention, you can go back and try to figure out what they did. With our desktop auditing, we've added a lot of new features. So what I'm actually going to do is show you the new auditing panel. So this is Windows auditing. I went into an MMC and opened up local computer policy, computer configuration, and went into Windows settings and security settings. And what we see here is a massive internal list of auditing and security checks that we can now set up automatically. This can be done at a server level, or if you have users that use laptops out in the field where you just make an image and you image that out, these can be built right in. We can now dig in and say, I want to know every time not only that the account is locked out, but every time it audits an IPsec extended mode or a main mode. I want to audit not just log-ons and log-offs, but network policy server connection.